coming off a TCU win, 2 sweeps in a row, now going for your final road trip. You guys have had a break in between now and then, obviously, but how do you, I guess, keep that momentum going from that last one?
Yeah, we've had a good set of practices. Team's been working hard. We're putting some things in place for this weekend, but more than anything, we've just been working on ourselves and just continuing with the things that we've been going at all year. But team's in good spirits. We're ready to get on this last road trip.
How important is it for you guys, just all three of you, to really finish strong on the road this year?
Yeah, this is an important road trip. West Virginia is very good, but like we've been talking about, everybody in the conference is kind of clumped up in the middle, and it's really hard for anybody to separate. So we're just trying to get out there and get as many wins as we can, just like they are.
Looking at West Virginia riding a 4-match winning streak as well right now, too, against a team like Kansas State, who's also kind of lumped in that middle of the pack. Is there more of a pressure being kind of in the middle of the pack than it is, kind of trying to catapult yourself up like that?
Yeah, honestly, I think that, everybody's so even and balanced that I don't even think there's any room for pressure. Everybody's just trying to scrape and claw their way to whatever they can get. And we say this all the time, that, there's no bad losses, right? There's only good wins. And so anything that you do is a positive. And so whether it's at home or on the road, it doesn't really matter. And so, I think it's all just everybody just trying to beat up on everybody else.
What is it about West Virginia that makes them so, I guess, particularly dangerous this year?
Yeah, they're really experienced. First of all, they got a lot of 4th and 5th year players. They've been together forever, so they don't beat themselves. They're a great serving team. They're good in system. They're good out of system. Good ball control, and they've got pins that manage points. And then when they can get it to their middles, they're really athletic and can really jump. So pretty balanced team. They don't rely on anybody more than anybody else, and they just really have a good idea who they are.
Maybe a question for you guys now, too. Just looking back again at TCU, such a strong series for you guys. What was clicking in that, and how do you guys, I guess, ride that into this West Virginia series?
I think we were just going out there and defending really hard, putting the ball away, doing the little things and little details to separate us from TCU. And I also think we went in with the mindset of, let's just go play, let's just go sweep them, literally, I feel like. And then we did that, had a bye week, worked on a few things, and now we're just preparing for West Virginia.
Yeah, I think right now everybody's playing their best volleyball. It's getting down to the wire here, and teams really want to make the tournament, and so do we. So I think we took that to TCU, and we have to take that to West Virginia too.
It's got to be good, obviously, sweeping both those two series. In between then and the bye week and now, what were some of the things that you guys have been working on in particular?
I think just the fine details. For West Virginia, it's going to be very important for us to serve and pass very well. So we've been focusing on that in practice. But I think, just like Kenneth said, everyone's wanting to make it to the tournament, so it's just stringing games together and points together to get us into that tournament.
Yeah, I think what she said, we're really good at a lot of the big skills, and now we're just trying to fine-tune everything. And like Tony said, everybody is, pressure's on. We're all in the middle of the pack, so we've got to do things to separate ourselves at this point. So I think that's just what we're working on.
I know Coach kind of just touched upon it before, but is there anything in particular that you've noticed about West Virginia that you're looking out for?
I'm just really concerned with the serving, because I'm a DS, so passing is my job. But yeah, I feel like I'm prepared to play against them, and I know that we're preparing, and then we'll leave tomorrow, prepare in their gym, and I think we're ready to go out there and get a win, 2 wins. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, they are one of the best serving teams in the Big 12, one of the toughest serving teams that we're going to see this season. So serve and pass is going to be super important. I think lately it's been really, really good. We've been improving each game. So just focusing on doing that, and when that happens, everything else kind of falls into place.
And Coach, again, kind of looking back just where everyone stands right now in the Big 12, everybody in the middle, how do you keep your team focused on just what they can do and not what else is happening outside of their control?
Yeah, honestly, we don't really talk about anybody else. We just, whatever's in front of us, that's what's on our mind. And, if you know that everybody's just going to beat each other up, then, okay, fine, let them do it, and then maybe once a week or so we'll check the standings and see where everybody's at. But it hasn't been a part of what we talk about in the gym, and you can't control anything else out there anyway, so why dwell on it? We'll just take it for what we can take care of and control, and then hopefully that'll be enough.
I have a question for y'all. Okay, so I assume this is your first trip to Morgantown.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you've heard like what their fan base is like or anything, but how do you prepare kind of for like a rowdy group of fans? I guess we kind of have that at Baylor. So do
Yeah.
y'all like that, or how do y'all kind of prepare?
I think personally, I thrive in those type of situations. It definitely can be hard sometimes to like, I mean, you can hear what they're saying and you kind of just have to like put on a face and ignore it. But I think it makes it more fun. I'd rather play in a gym like that than a gym that's like quiet, not a lot of fans. I think you can thrive off the energy for sure, but you got to be ready because it is energy that's against you, I guess. But I think it makes it more fun.
Yeah, I agree with Ken. I think it's more fun, and I mean, you could always hear what they say, but it's just like you're like in the zone, you're like in the flow. So it's like you hear it, but you don't like process it. But I don't know. I think we do thrive off of like energy, so I think it'll be fun. Okay.
Does being this close to the end of the year too help you stay even more focused on keeping
Mm-hmm.
that energy, I guess, focus?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always. I think we're an energy-driven team, so I feel like when we're in that environment, we just thrive. And it showed in Baylor. That crowd was like insane. Yeah. So I mean, I think we're prepared for that. I don't think it's anything that we don't do good in. I mean, it's an environment that we're comfortable in, and I think it's gonna be fun. So.
I think this time of the year, it can get slow for some teams. We've been going at it for a long time, so I think this time of year we just have to be a lot more intentional about our energy and what we're focusing on and how focused we are, because it's hard doing. We know we do the same thing every single week since August now, so we're getting towards the end, and I think we just gotta we're stepping into that second win kind of, and we're gonna have a good weekend.
Coach, is that something you noticed about your team and kind of the rowdier environment so far this year?
Oh, for sure. This team is all about energy, and it doesn't take much to push their buttons that way. So it's good. But what Ken is saying is exactly right, because it's easy for teams to kind of lose their steam as they go later into the season. And as our team and our program has improved, this has been a focal point just to have that endurance to finish out the whole string and play all 16 and be playing your best at the very end. And so I think we're doing a good job with that.